Welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button. And smash that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one exciting video. So, my April Fool's video of Friday captured a lot of attention. I never have gotten more email over a post in my life. People are like, "Oh my God, you've really been canceled," and like, "Oh my God, like don't go back to school. You don't need to do that. You know how to write," and all that stuff. No, it was April Fool's, of course. I was just trying to make the point that going back to the original way that I used to have to do things, go to writing school, try to find an agent, which takes tons of time. Have him or her go over your manuscript and then make all the changes they want you to make to your manuscript. That takes a ton of time. And then submitting to whatever's left of the publishing industry, 2 or 3 publishers, that takes forever. And then making the changes that they want you to make, if you're even lucky enough to get a contract. It all takes time. Like, it could take 5 years altogether. So, I ain't got 5 years. I mean, I do, but I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not 22 anymore. So anyway, I was trying to make that point. I hope that point came across. Anyway, you have other options now, which leads me to back to my little traditional work versus independent publishing thing. So we should talk about agents. Speaking of agents, because I mentioned in the video, I was like, "Oh, my agent naturally dropped me," all this stuff, but he hasn't, thank God. Again, I've made videos about this before. Do you need an agent in this day and age? You probably don't. And also, I did a radio show the other day. Myself and Dick Belsky were the guests, and we talked about agents. And I was surprised to hear, because both he and the host talked about how difficult it's always been difficult to find an agent, especially a really good one. And I've had really good agents, and I still do. But they were saying that it's almost impossible to get an agent these days. And I didn't know that. I should see me as an expert, bringing you to the writer's life almost every day. I should be up on these things. But I'm not. Anyway, I was surprised to hear it. I don't know why that is. It could be because there's just so much competition now with the relatively small number of publishers out there. And it could be also because I think the numbers of independent authors are staggeringly high compared to what they used to be. Especially especially with the millennial generation now, and they grew up with everything digital and instant gratification. Like, they're not gonna wait for an agent to sign them and all this. They're just gonna go out and make their own fun. They're gonna make their own YouTube page. They're gonna make their own Substack page. They're gonna write whatever they want and put it on Kindle Vella and probably make $1 million. So get an agent. Why? But anyway, again, I'm old, so I prefer to use an agent most of the time. However, lately I have been making some deals on my own. Most agents will hate that. I'm lucky in that, I have a really good relationship with my agent, and we're friends. And he's like, go for it. He's in his 60s now, and I think he's made his money, and he's got other business ventures, which is smart. We should all have other business ventures, by the way. What is this? Go away. And he has even, at times when I've struck deals with smaller independent publishers, real noir hard-boiled publishers like Down and Out, he's even backed off and said, that's fine. I'm not going to take my fee on this or whatever. But there's I think 99% of the other agents out there would be like, I want my cut. I even, for a brief 5-minute period, I'm being facetious here, had an agent who was such a scumbag. He was like, he was gonna if I couldn't get the book he was looking at published traditionally, I was going to publish it naturally independently. I've since rewrote it and sold it on my own. So, but anyway, but he was like, "Oh, if you're publishing it independently, I still want my 15%." And I was like, "No, you're not. You didn't sell the book, so therefore you get squat." Anyway, I fired him. I think some of these guys are desperate because it's really hard out there now. It's really, really difficult, and it's always been difficult. Publishing has always been a difficult thing, and writers don't make a lot of money, and even some of the most popular, some of the most famous writers. I'll give you an example. Jim Crumley, who's one of my favorites. If it weren't for Jim Crumley, I might not even exist as a writer. I always assumed, because he wrote a lot of scripts too and stuff like that. Nothing ever got produced, sadly, but I always thought he was probably a rich guy, rich famous writer. And when he died, people had to pitch in for his funeral, and they had to pitch in for his hospital expenses. That's why I have other business interests, and that's why I'm a freelance journalist too, because I like money, and I like the freedom that money brings you. Where am I going with all this? Agents. My agent did tell me this though. I was like, what's I was just poking around. I was like, what's the atmosphere like now? You're young. Should a young person decide to become a literary agent? And he came back and he said, being an agent in this day and age is a fool's errand. And he said he concentrates almost solely now on selling multimedia rights, which I can't blame him. That's where it's at. And we even have an agreement, just keep shopping my movie rights and TV rights. The book stuff, I can get a book contract, no problem. It's the movie TV stuff that still eludes me. Must be I'm not greasing the right palm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there, but I still believe that one day something will come through. Maybe a Netflix series for Dick Moonlight. That would be cool. All right, I'm rambling today. All right, that's it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm in town tonight, tomorrow night, and then it's wheels up for Turkey, and I will be making videos from there. I'll probably make a video from the airport, and then when I land in Istanbul, I'll make a video that day too, and I'll take you guys with. Oh my God! All right, ciao for now.